Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Welcome back to a Division 2 video. Today we're gonna talk about the best in-slot ARs. Yes, the best assault rifles to use on a DPS build. The ones that do the most damage in game. And we have a bunch of information about this, and a huge shout out to IKEA, calculating all of these damage numbers every single title update and making them public. I made some charts with this information, so again a huge shout out to the man, the myth, the spreadsheet of the Division community, IKEA. GG's, my good sir. So let's dive right in. The best in-slot assault rifles to use on a DPS build, and the top 5 is the F2000, the Lexington, the Honey Badger, the FAMAS, and the FAL. As you can see, we have it on base damage, RPMs, mag size, reload speed. We are calculating this for the burst DPS, and the percentage at the end is then of course what the difference is between the top hitting AR. As for now, the F2000 at that 100% of the damage, because that is the hardest hitting AR in the game at the moment. But as you can see underneath the F2000 and the Honey Badger, you see -1 mod. And these are usually the weapons that you want to avoid. You're losing a 5% crit chance. What will overall, when you build a full DPS build, will lose you some damage as well. And because I don't prefer to play with the 1- mod for my guns, only having 3 instead of 4 attachments on my gun, this is my preferred top 5 of best in slot ARs. Starting with the Lexington on number 1, FAMAS on number 2, FAL on number 3, CTAR on number 4, and the P416 on number 5. And the beautiful thing is, and this was already in game with TU23 as well, but if you look at the percentages, you see it's very, very close to each other. Only 3.5% difference between the F2000 and the P416 on number 7 on the list of best damage ARs. And what makes the game very balanced, so you can play whatever you like to play with, because of course there are some differences people might not have. The Lexington, and hopefully it will come back to the game, the devs will bless everybody again, but if you don't have the Lexington, then you could play with the FAMAS. The FAMAS of course has a certain recoil pattern that you need to get used to. It is a beast of an AR, but in my opinion it's a little bit more to short to medium range gunfights. As the RPMs are that high, it's a little bit harder to control the gun, especially on range. The FAL is a little bit slower on the RPMs, has 10 bullets less in the mag size. The reload speed is next to the Honey Badger, the fastest reload speed in this top 7. But it wants to kick a little bit to the right. Yes, the group up of your bullets will be very, very tight. So if you can control this recoil pattern, this is definitely a great gun to use on an AR when you want to focus on those headshots as well. Then the CTAR comes in close to that FAMAS, very close into the damages. As you can see, only 1.01% difference in damage. The CTAR has the same RPM, the same mag size, a little bit faster in the reload, and I feel like it's a little bit easier to control. If we compare the CTAR and the FAMAS's recoil, the FAMAS has a lot more upkick to the recoil, while it is probably a little bit easier to control that CTAR. So definitely keep your eyes open for that CTAR. And of course, at last, we have our P416. Every OG knows this weapon, and yes, it is still very viable. As we already mentioned before, it's only 3.5% away from the top AR, the F2000. This also comes with a pretty high RPM of 850, mag size of 50, pretty decent reload speed of 2.34 seconds, and this gun also has the opportunity to have the linked laser pointer underneath it. So if you, for example, don't have the Lexington, the P416 is definitely a good call to go, for example, on a tech tank. Talking about the tech tanks, let's talk about the top 5 ARs to use with a linked laser pointer underneath there, aka the ARs that have a long on the barrel rails, but also keeping in mind that we want to stack, so the RPMs need to be there. And these are the top 5 ARs to use with a linked laser pointer, as they have a long on the barrel rails. The Lexington on number 1, then we have the Honey Badger, the P416, the M4 and the Carbine 7. But to be very straight with you, I will prefer only these 3, as again the Honey Badger is missing one mod. If we put that linked laser pointer underneath there, we're gonna lose another 5% crit chance, and that is, in my humble opinion, not something that you wanna go for. And the Carbine 7 is a little bit too low on the RPMs for my taste, and it drops underneath that 5% difference between, of course, the top hitting AR, as we kept the same percentages versus the top one, the F2000. So the top 3 will be Lexington, P416 and M4. If you don't have the Lexington, choose between the P416 and the M4 and see what you like. P416 and M4 both have great recoil patterns. It's pretty easy to control. They are both straight up laser beams, so whatever you like to play with. And that is also the greatest thing about this game. And also now we're looking at all these damage numbers and the calculation with the percentages behind it. Everything is pretty much balanced. So yes, we have the top contenders in the game with the Lexington, and if you don't mind using one mod less, the F2000, but everything is pretty close together and we can use just everything. So please, play whatever you like to play with, and that's pretty much it for me. Let me know in the comments down below which one you like to use. Are you really hunting down the best DPS in the game, getting that Lexington or even getting that F2000? Or weren't you blessed with the Lexington and you're trying some other guns out? Or is there even a gun that you like to use that is not on this list? Thanks for sticking until the end. Like the video if you liked the video or helped you out in any way or form. And of course, if you're new here and or you want to be updated by the Division 2, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And I will see you in the next one. Pure Prime out.